I see that he's shushing you. So mean.
Well, welcome to podcast number 4. I think we're on podcast number 4. Can anyone confirm that for me, or am I making that up?
Let me just get on to
what you're talking about.
The old YouTube.
The YouTube. Classic YouTube. But yes, welcome viewers and hosts alike to assumably podcast number 4.
Existence Podcast.
Existence Podcast. We should definitely
Still
differentiate.
fact checking. Oh, it is number 4.
It is number 4.
Confirmed. Number 4 confirmed.
There you go. I'm so good for something. Today we have myself, mcpeachpies. We also have Sky, the unaccompanied minor. I think this is your first podcast, if I'm not mistaken, Sky.
Yes, that is very accurate. Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Yay, Sky, the new member. You've been with us for how long now? A few weeks?
Well, a little over a month now.
Oh, gosh.
I joined. I guess I was invited. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when I joined, but I was invited slightly before Thanksgiving of 2017.
True. Because I was AWOL at the time that you were kind of invited and all that. And I think we did mention it last podcast, if I remember right. I think we briefly talked about
touched upon.
Yeah.
I think Waddles and I joining was a subject. Yes.
Yeah, we started kind of talking about it, but then we realized, well, hang on, how can this actually lead on to conversation? So we kind of just briefly mentioned
we had
it.
Noah as a host. That was very interesting.
Yes, with his happy birthday that he played on the recorder.
His great lead-ins as well. I'm just very excited because Sky is in my time zone, so I always see him on.
I didn't know that.
Great. Yeah,
I never see like anyone on.
It's either that or like he's nocturnal, which I haven't ruled out yet.
Well, I mean that's always a possibility.
Yeah, he could be isogravity. You don't know.
Hello, everybody. I'm isogravity.
God save the Queen. He'll hate us for that because he's Scottish, not British.
Yeah. I still have his tea texture pack, and I play with it because I like it.
Oh, it's great. But yeah, Liam's here as well, for those of you who didn't quite catch that, or don't know who Liam is. Hi, Liam. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty great, Patrick. Like I mentioned, it's snowing.
Yeah, so right now for me, it is bright and sunny, and there's not a cloud in the sky, and it's slowly getting hotter and hotter because I have everything closed up while I'm recording. But meanwhile, for you, it's like negative 15.
-7.
Centigrade?
No.
Fahrenheit.
Because America.
Wait, so it's -7 Fahrenheit?
Yes.
So that's like, oh my gosh, that's like negative 21 degrees Celsius.
It's cold.
That's
It's
like,
cold.
It's far below freezing.
That is 21 degrees below freezing. How are you still
know what
alive?
I did this morning? I boiled some water in a pot, and I threw it out my front door, and it became steam before it hit the ground.
Oh my gosh.
I'll take a video of that after the podcast.
That'd be amazing. I'd love to like edit that in. I'll put a marker down just in case.
Awesome.
That's...
Yeah, I almost broke my wrist this morning because I found a snowblower, an old Toro snowblower from like 1950 in my neighbor's shed, and they're like, yes.
Is that like a leaf blower?
No, it's like a snow thrower. Do you have those?
No, we don't really get snow.
So it's like a lawnmower, right? So picture a lawnmower.
Yeah.
But it has impellers on the front, and it like sucks it up and throws it out a chute along the side.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Like,
yeah, it's
like
technology.
If you think of the big ones, they have like airports and stuff. Is it like that bit handheld? Well, not handheld, but like the size of a lawnmower.
It's like those big like brushes that you like see on the front of like trucks and stuff. They have like the size of a lawnmower.
That's amazing.
It must be amazing for you.
Yeah,
but
that'd be so cool.
Yeah.
I could do that all day. I'd love doing that.
So I did that a couple
Well, I know a
hours
nice
ago.
old lady down the street that would love if you would snowblower the driveway for her. So I know where you can do it all day.
Yeah,
I'll be sure to head up there.
Yep, I'll leave now, and maybe I'll get there before the podcast is over.
Maybe.
Well, I mean, you two are in the same time zone, so at least you're closer than I am.
I think Noah is the closest to me, which really concerns me.
Ooh,
The great
I think it's only like
possibility that he could just show up unannounced.
Yeah, I think it's only like 2 hours. I think he's only like 2 hours from me. We were gonna do a Pokemon Go Let's Play at one point, but
That'd be amazing. I would love that.
Oki
That'd
and
be
I are
like the
planning
new
on
Red
meeting
Shed.
up.
Do you remember Red Shed?
No, I don't. Oh yeah, I do actually.
Sky might not, but you might, Liam.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I remember.
So, and for Sky and any viewers out there that don't know, R3 or Red Smoke, basically, I mean, I don't want to give him too much credit here, but he more or less co-created Existence with me. Kind of.
He was the most active member we've seen.
So I've known him for quite a while through like New Zealand servers and all that. But he, a little while back, he started, he made this series on his channel called Red Shed.
I remember.
And it was this beautiful, basically like vlog more or less of him in his garage doing, I don't know what he just did up all these engines or something ridiculous.
Yeah, he was working on. I think he did valve replacement on an old. I don't remember what engine it was, but it was somewhat entertaining. It would have been better if his camera skills were a little bit.
It became
better.
more of a meme than anything.
Yeah, but I'd really like to start some sort of vlogging channel. I actually just got a DJI Osmo Plus. If you've ever heard of that camera.
So jealous. So jealous.
And I used some of the leftover Christmas money to get the Z-axis and a couple other accessories for it. So I think I'm going to start doing some sort of vlog. I put it on my tripod that I have, and it pulled the thing over because it's a little heavy. So
yeah, my gimbal, my little Jontech Smooth Q.
What are you talking about? I thought you used the one that you made in your DIY gimbal smartphone tutorial.
No, that actually broke.
Have you ever seen that, Sky?
No, you guys are spouting videos I haven't even heard of.
All right, if you ever need to build a gimbal for your, or not a gimbal, a tripod for your phone, I'd like to see you build a gimbal though. That's
yeah, I don't know if I'd have the engineering skills for that.
Learn what it is, of course.
So a while back, I made a video. I actually quite like the video, not necessarily as like a how-to guide, but just how I made the video itself. But it was essentially when I was kind of starting thinking about doing more kind of filmmaking and video making and stuff in real life. I just have my phone. I don't have a proper camera, so I just use my phone. And to substitute for shakiness, I made a clamp system that could then attach to a little tripod I have. And it worked reasonably well. Like, I was quite happy with the result of it. It was this big bulky thing made of these like little mini bar clamps. And I made a video on it, and it was kind of a cool little video. But then it broke. About the same time I actually got my proper like 3-axis gimbal, which was convenient.
I bet it's because you didn't follow the engineering design process.
Is that true?
Oh gosh, just go watch the video. It was amazing.
Yeah. If you didn't know, kind of like R3, I'm also a big engine guy, which is probably great news for you. But I should start vlogging some of it. We actually have a drag car that we're gonna take to the track in March. We're hoping to get a 10-second pass, but we don't know. It could be.
What does 10-second pass mean? Like,
well, what they do is there's a strip, and I want to say it's a 1/4 mile. I'm not sure.
I think you're about right. I think it's about a 1/4 mile.
So yeah, something like that. And basically, we want to launch the car and complete the distance in 10 seconds or less.
Oh.
We took it to the dyno about 2 weeks ago and put down 377 wheel horsepower.
377 horsepower.
Yes. So
that's a lot.
Decent, but I always send Oki the videos. I always video chat with him. I need to start doing some sort of vlogs. I made a parody of Duo's How to Steal a Midnight Snack, but I never uploaded it.
Oh, well, hang on, which one? I'm thinking of the tutorial.
Yeah, I made that.
That tutorial I literally have on my favorites list. I love it so much.
I made a parody of Duo's How to Steal Midnight Snack, and I think you'd like to. Maybe I'll upload it. It starts with me breaking into my own house, and I was trying to act like I knew what I was talking about. So I was like, "Now you gotta pick the lock here." So I like brought the toolbox over, and I was like, "Screwdrivers work well for this," but I just taped my house key to the end of a screwdriver, and I put it in the lock. And I was like, "Give it a little jiggle," and then
That
it
sounds
was
amazing.
yeah. I also made one with my friend about a week ago, actually, with putting Christmas lights up.
Mm-hmm.
And like we spelled out some things on my lawn with Christmas lights, and it was fairly funny.
Oh gosh, I can really see where that's going.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a vlog channel. Actually, I just need a good name now. I don't think I could beat Oki Vlogs, or what did he say? Oki Films.
I think it's Oki Films.
I think it is Oki Films.
I'm not
I
sure.
should do Leeyum Films.
Yeah, well, like when I made my second channel, I didn't want to do like peach vlogs. Honestly, I hate the word vlog. Well, personally, I hate the word vlog. Like, I don't mind other people using it if it is a vlog, but I don't want to make vlogs, more or less. As I really do want to focus more on proper like
Informational
short
videos.
Yeah, but all my videos are depressing.
Yeah, I always thought
the question is
short film
it a
was
video
a much
blog?
better term.
What's that, Sky?
The question is it a video blog? That's the definition
That
of
is
a
the
vlog.
definition. And I
So,
like that
mean,
definition.
whether you
but
like it or not.
the word vlog has just become tainted.
Whether you like it or not, your videos fall under that category, and that's what they will be classified as. But yeah, I've always found the term short film a little bit more, I guess you could say, you use it to set yourself apart from all the other vloggers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure short film, the definition of short film is anywhere from, I used to know this,
1
there's a certain
second
time
up.
range.
But yeah, I definitely think I'm going to put that Osmo to use. The only problem is that battery life is pretty low.
Is it?
You can have to get a new battery. Yeah, it only runs for a little bit over an hour before you have to recharge it.
Oh, right, because the Osmo's, it's not an Osmo Mobile, isn't it? It's got an extra camera on it.
The Plus. It's got the Zen Muse, however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
X3, and it actually is a really nice sensor.
Yeah, that's
it
like,
does a little bit over 4K. I'm not sure what it is.
it'll be like 4K.
4.1K.
Ooh, the next big thing.
Or those
Hey, you guys,
4.1K TVs.
The only problem is, like, it's at that point where you have to consider, do I record in 4K or not? Because not many people, it's like right on the edge. Not many people would take advantage of it. And I don't like carrying around the like backpack of SD cards to, hold all the footage. But
Yeah. Like,
I mean, you might be Kyle and you might be able to watch it.
I tried to do 4K on my phone once because it can do that, but the problem is that it encodes it in a high efficiency codec, which none of my editing softwares can read.
Oh,
Secret code to decrypt?
So I've just kind of decided, well, I'll stick with 1080p, but I'm hoping to, I've been meaning to anyway, do like more cinematic frame rates, like 25 or 24. But it's just annoying because I haven't had a chance to do anything.
Also, but I mean, Noah's already ahead of all of us. He does that for his Minecraft videos. But I'm just thinking, it doesn't really look too smooth when you do any pans or anything with that kind of frame rate.
Yeah, that's like, with higher frame rates, the more movement, the more smoother it looks, whereas with lower frame rates, it can be quite choppy.
What editors do you use? What editing software?
Well, I only really use ScreenFlow, but I did a trial run with Final Cut Pro X, but not even that can read the high efficiency codec, which was so annoying.
Oh, yeah, you're a Mac boy.
Mac boy.
yeah, the options are a little bit more limited inside of the not expensive pool.
Yeah. But oh well, I mean,
I use HitFilm, and that's free, and it's pretty incredible.
yeah, I hear lots of good things about HitFilm. I mean, I used to
I
just
just
use
got-
iMovie.
I
just
did
got
use
that,
iMovie for a little while when I first started YouTube.
Did you
I did.
use a Mac for long?
I actually did it off my iPhone for Minecraft PE.
You recorded and edited all your PE videos on your iPhone.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Actually, it was an iPad, and I didn't like it because the iPad it's not a perfect rectangle, but it's not a perfect square. So the aspect ratio was always wrong.
Yeah.
So then I could like choose: do I want to stretch it and make everything look, obese, or
obese.
yeah.
I've
obtuse.
never heard someone describe video footage as obese.
But it was a good frame rate. I still got 60 FPS.
I think Apple just doesn't like normal aspect ratios. Like, it has something against 16 to 9. Like, my laptop monitor is 16 to 10.
Wait. Okay. There's a solution. You just gotta like saw off that little bit side of the screen.
Just cut it off.
Yeah, just cut it off.
A better solution, you could saw off part of your eye that is making you believe that you're
Get an
seeing
eye
that
patch.
aspect ratio.
Or an even better solution is do what I do and get the program Switch Res X, which allows me to change the aspect ratio and resolution of my screen.
Whoa. Res X? It has X in it.
Hey, if it's Mac, it's got to have X at the end, otherwise it wouldn't be a Mac program.
I actually had to switch to HitFilm because of all the problems I was having with Vegas. You probably remember me angrily speaking at Kyle because he's the one who recommended it to me, and it did work for a while, but when it destroyed every piece of footage I imported, it was time to change.
I just
Sony
found
Vegas?
a clear strip of... You know how when you buy like a new screen or a new phone or something? They have like
the
this,
plastic.
Yeah, I just found a strip of that underneath my monitor that I didn't peel off.
The skin,
Yeah.
like when a snake
skin.
sheds its skin. That's what
It's
happens.
super satisfying to remove. Do it nice and slow. Try and get your mic right next to it.
No, it's like a Band-Aid. Do it as
I've already
fast
pulled
as
it
possible.
off.
Oh, wow.
And there's another bit there, but I can't quite grab it because it's like underneath my monitor. Anyway, let's not worry about that.
So let's move to that topic of microphones, as you have just given us a perfect bridge.
Nice little segue.
Lean your microphone in there.
I know that Yogurt was looking at getting a new microphone. I think it was Yog anyway.
I know Oki is.
True, because he just has a headset, doesn't he?
I think so.
What do you
But
use, Sky?
So it's a, I think it's a blue snowball, I think is what it's called.
Oh, yeah, that's what I've got.
I have the Yeti. I also have a snowball, but I don't use it for anything except to keep the boxes safe in my closet.
I've heard the Yeti is like probably one of the better mics you can get. I just got
do
the
like
Snowball because it was a bit cheaper, like half the price of the Yeti.
I mean, you can judge it, like you hear it right now. But I also have a couple others. I have one of the XLR microphones that doesn't end in USB. It's like older than me. It's an Audio Technica. I think it's the ATM 10. And then I actually just got a microphone for the Osmo, like one of those ones that you can clip on people's shirts, you know.
Lav mic.
Yeah, but then you gotta find somewhere to run the cable.
Yeah.
Like, do I want to like violate them and run it down the inside of their shirt?
Yes.
That's kind of what you're meant to do. Not violate them, but run this down the inside of their shirt.
And it'd be like, do you mind?
As though the person you're running it down the shirt is causing the inconvenience.
Exactly.
Do you mind, please, sir?
Come on. Like,
I'm trying to do my job here.
We just don't want to get through this. But what
you're making
I really like is the cable is like 25 feet long, so I could like run it under doors to like spy on people. But I had a thought that I've been thinking about this for a while. Something that I'd like to do, kind of like a throwback, because I still have my old PC. It's just like I think it's like might even be under my bed. I'm not sure. I'd have to look, probably in my closet. But I want to use my old headset, edit with my old editing program, record on my old PC, and go in my original Minecraft world as kind of like a throwback. So I could see what life used to be like. But I don't know if anyone would watch, you know, like a it would have to be recorded at 720p, 30 FPS.
Like
And-
make a video on like how you used like in the style that you
Yeah.
used to. I've thought about doing that. I was going to do that with
All the old
Existence at one
equipment.
point.
Because I could use my old headset, use my old PC, old keyboard, old mouse, old world, go back to Movie Maker, but I don't think anyone would watch the video because
Ooh,
be so
Movie
terrible.
Maker, that's some hot stuff right there.
I used to
Oh,
use
yeah.
Movie Maker all the time. Back,
I hate how in the Movie Maker export settings, even when I turn my bitrate to like the highest one, which is like 135, it still looks like sand. Like I don't understand what it.
yeah, Movie Maker's always just been like. The best way I can explain it is as if you were looking at Movie Maker and you just have to say to it, "What are you doing? Why are you doing this?" Because my experience with Movie Maker has always been mixed. I used to use it a
Mixed.
lot back at like primary school, which is like, I don't know, is it elementary school?
I think it's our junior high. How old were you?
Like 10?
Yeah. That's probably like 6th grade.
Okay. Anyway, I used to use it back there, and we also used to use something else. I can't remember what it was, but like then it was fine. Like it was all good.
Yeah,
but then
they had
I
a-
went to my next school after that, and they had Macs, and all of a sudden iMovie.
The future.
That's when you were tainted. Is that Common Core computers?
That's when I was.
Is that why you're the way you are today?
I mean,
Why
it probably had
are
some
you
influence.
so much like
They had a
you?
Movie Maker little lesson for us when I was at school also, because we had to, back in 6th and 7th grade, we had to learn how to use like PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Movie Maker.
Oh,
That was interesting. Our final exam was like, well, the final project was to make a movie with your classmates.
hmm
That was awesome. It was
Sounds
We
fun.
got taught to use a program. I don't know if it exists anymore, called Texties.
I'm gonna look it up.
You can look it up already.
I'm
Doesn't
gonna
ring any
edit
bells
my
then.
next Existence.
It was
episode
like a
with
word
this.
processor. If you kind of think it was kind of like a combination of Microsoft Word and Publisher.
Uh-huh.
And we used to get tested on that. I guess it was just for basic like computer skills and stuff. But I mastered it. I ended up like
Master
it was.
texting.
We had a specific like teacher come in to teach us all this computer stuff, and then I would then teach other students as well. And essentially, like what we would have to do is kind of like write a paragraph, give the page a border with an image, and then another thing that I used to love doing is you could draw animation paths. Like, well, not animation paths, but you could draw a path and then make a picture follow it. So we would just draw scribbles like all over the page and just get this little picture to go like full speed all over the page. Oh,
Sounds like a professional program.
absolutely.
We had a
Where
program
can I
kind of.
download this?
You should download it now because it's free. It's called KidPix.
Yes.
Oh
I used to use that
my
all the time.
Gosh,
What a
Kid
throwback.
Pics.
What a
Kid
throwback.
Pics,
You know it,
kid-
Sky? Do you know it?
Come on and play with
Yes,
it.
yes,
Oh
I
my God.
loved Kid Pics.
Oh, it was a classic. My mum used to have it on her laptop like 10 years ago. And I used to
I was
play it
about
all the
to say
time when I was
that.
little.
We had like an old Windows Vista computer that had that and Pop Tropica, and that
my-
was great.
Pop Tropica, jeez, Liam, you're just blowing my mind here, like with all this childhood nostalgia. Me and Callan, so Callan, Sky might not be familiar with him. He's my brother. He used to be on Existence Season 1. But
Now
me and
he's just a
Callan
ghost. So,
used to like play Pop Tropica like every day after school. Like that would be our go-to thing. And you know, all our friends played it and all that. Oh, and there was this other one we used to play.
wait, you used Macs and had friends?
I know, hard to
Obviously.
believe, isn't it? But
I'm just kidding.
mind you, this was back before like people found out that there was like you could buy your own computer, and I was like, what? And, like kids who had their own computer, like that was extraordinary. At home, we used to have like, I think before 2008, I think it was about 2008 where we got our first like family computer. We had this old clunky computer that, you know, run off floppy disks and could only connect to dial-up and that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure it was running Windows 98 possibly 95, possibly 97.
Oh, if it was...
Is there a 97?
95 was...
I have 98 on my...
It might have been
Windows
98. It was one of the 90s anyway. It definitely wasn't XP.
Even 95 was still in the CD era.
Okay, no, no, sorry, it did have a CD drive, of course it did. But it also took floppy disks, because we used to play...
I have a computer that runs 98 and has both.
Nice. We used to play Zubinis. Anyone play Zubinis?
I did play that, where you have like the little stuffed animal, and then you like...
No, they were little like
I
purple
think the right
people.
one?
And you had to get them like from somewhere to Zubini Town. Nobody?
This isn't ringing anything for me.
I
Did you guys ever play Putt-Putt?
I never played Putt-Putt, but my friends did.
I loved Putt-Putt.
Did you ever play Webkins?
No.
Where you would get this stuffed animal, like, and then the stuffed animal had a little like barcode on it, and you could scan it, and then there was a game that went along with it on the computer.
Oh my god,
that sounds really futuristic.
I should go check on mine. I bet they're all like dead beyond belief.
Well, did you ever have Tamagotchis?
Oh, of course.
I have actually.
I remember I had a Tamagotchi Generation 2, and those things were indestructible. Like, I left it outside all night one day in the rain, and it still worked. I used to have a neck strap that would like hold on to it, and
I have neck straps now for my instruments, and they're really painful.
Oh gosh. And they would always, like, whenever I was washing my hands or anything in the sink, they would always just fall into the sink and just get soaked. And these things worked fine. Like, they never broke. And I remember, I think it might have been possibly the 4th generation of Tamagotchis, where you could go online. You could connect your Tamagotchi to the internet and go to Tamagotchi Town and play all these games and earn coins and all this stuff. Oh, it was revolutionary. I miss, like, kids' toys back then were like the bomb. And now everything's just on the computer.
My childhood was Nintendo DSi. I played so much on the DSi.
I just had a Nintendo DS.
Yeah, you see, the DS was like the first, but then they made the DSi, where you could connect to the internet and do all that sort.
Oh, yeah.
And it had a camera on it.
Yeah.
And it was great.
I grew up on a PSP. I still got it, actually, and I play it like once a year, but I still got it. And I played, Little Big Planet, Gran Turismo.
Okay, if we're talking childhood game systems, N64 is where I was at. I frequently bust that out for some Banjo-Kazooie. Got to get some Super Mario going. Original Smash Bros. That is my jam right there.
You see, I had Intellivision. I don't know if any of you have that.
No.
But I have a Chinese Nintendo 64 emulator. It also emulates NES and SNES games.
Oh my gosh.
This sounds very legal.
It is very legal. It wasn't very expensive, but it reads the original cartridges.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
See, I never experienced that. Like, I mean, it's probably somewhat related to like my parents and especially my dad growing up, like, was always very controlling of our gaming and computer time. Like, I think when I was little, we were limited to about 20 minutes a day on the computer. And that was 20 minutes of hardcore Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, I can tell you that now. And at some point, that got upgraded to 40 minutes a day. And then, like, it became an hour of PSP time or something like that. And I don't know, we never really experienced gaming consoles as it was. Like, I think we used to sometimes, I don't know where we got it from, but we ended up, I think it might have been our friends used to, like, come over with their PSP and we'd play, like, Buzz and SingStar and stuff. Sorry, not PSP, PlayStation 2. And my friend also had a PlayStation 2 and we played games like Jak and Daxter.
Oh, good stuff.
Good stuff, yep. Ratchet and Clank. The originals, not the new ones.
Well, also good stuff, I'm sure, but it's not something I've firsthand experienced.
Now I'll tell you what one of my favorite games of all time will be. Is
Minecraft.
It's one of the Lego Bionicle games.
Bionicles.
I think it was Lego. I think it might have been Bionicle Heroes, but that was one of the best games of all time, and I love that game so much.
I logged an insane amount of hours on the Nintendo Wii
Oh yes, classic.
to the point where the motor that spins the disc stopped working. I'm not even kidding. I have the Wii where you put the disc in it and it just does nothing. We got a second Wii, which means I now have like 17 Wii remotes, which is awesome if I ever have anyone over.
When I remember one time when I was little, when like Wii's first came out. I love how we're saying Wii so much here.
Wii.
But we were playing, I think it was Wii Sports Golf or something.
Yes.
And I just, I didn't put the rest up on. I threw the controller straight into the ceiling.
No one ever. We actually cut
You
the
weren't
wrist straps
invited
off of
back.
our remotes because cool kids don't need them.
Yeah, clumsy kids need them, but not
Yeah.
cool.
Did you see that they actually remade Wii Sports in HD, but it costs like $90?
$90. Oh my god.
It costs like
What?
$89.99 US dollars.
The Wii isn't capable of an HD output. Why would they
Isn't it?
remake it
For
in
the
HD?
Wii U.
Oh, the Wii U.
Wii U.
But it's like the original Wii Sports.
So is the Wii U the one with like the portable?
It's the
Yeah,
one
the
with the
little gamepad
weird
thing.
tablet
Yeah.
that also
Wait, I will
can't
be right
go from the TV.
So like the predecessor to the Switch.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Switch if Switch had to be tethered to your living room. Yeah, it's, in my opinion, a flop for Nintendo.
Yeah.
The Wii was the first console I had, and this is going to show my age because a little bit. It's the first console I had that I was actually like old enough to kind of understand like homebrewing and things like that.
Home
And
brewing.
so oh yeah.
How is this related to Wii?
What? No. It's what it's called when you basically hack a console to allow it to play homebrewed software. Is what it's called.
I was thinking more like brewing like root beer or ginger beer or beer in general.
Not quite. Yeah, and so the Wii was the first console I homebrewed, and then was able to like plug a hard drive into, and
my
so I
gosh.
downloaded all of my games into that, and you could emulate other systems, like you could play PS2 games on the Wii. It was crazy. I did a ton of stuff to that thing, and eventually fried it accidentally. But that's kind of the risk you run.
Yeah, I remember the back in the day when jailbreaking iPods was all the craze.
Ooh, got a jailbreak.
See, I never had an iPod or anything. Actually, Callan was the first person in my family to get like an iPod kind of thing. Or maybe my sister was. I can't remember.
I jailbroke
Too many
my
family
iPad
members.
to record Minecraft Pocket Edition.
Ah.
I would have been too afraid to risk my precious iPod to do anything like that.
Yeah.
My iPhone 7 is actually jailbroken.
What's
One
the
time,
benefit?
Kyle
Like,
had me bring it in the shower
over-
to continue Discord call, and like the scary part is like I'm not scared. I'm not scared about the phone safety because I actually did bring it underwater in a pool once. I'm just always scared that I'm accidentally gonna somehow take a picture and like send it somewhere and just ruin my career.
Your career.
My career as a human being.
as a person, your
No, yeah,
reputation.
I just got a call. The streets are really bad, so my parents went out and they were like, "Yeah, we have to drive below 10 miles an hour, otherwise we'll skid off the road." So, yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, well, we're about 35 minutes or 34 into the podcast now. So, do you think we should move on to the Q&A?
Probably. This probably
sure.
be a smart move for us.
Yeah. Well, should we just cycle through? There's a few questions, not too many. I've sent them all in the chat, as you guys can see.
I think we should start with this question here by a Mr. Water Gem.
You don't want to start at the top?
It says,
it would
"Why
help
is
the
Water Gem
organization
so
be
cool?"
started at the top.
Why is Water Gem so cool?
Now,
Next question.
I don't think that we
Veto.
should begin to start to explain this. Other than we would need some really complex science and physics.
Well,
So,
I think we first need to ask, who is Water Gem? What is? How is?
to
These
be
are
or
these are
not
what
to
we
be
need to ask.
that is the question.
To be honest, I think that question would more be suited if it was, why is Water Gem so edgy?
Ooh.
And that might be a question that we'll need him to answer.
Tune in next week for answers from existence.
I should really make a Water Gem compilation of all the things that I have him doing on video.
Oh, gosh. Well, I
We
think...
played like a 5-year-old map a while ago. It was me, him, and somebody else. I can't remember who else it was. Oh, I think it was Oki.
Mm,
And that was pretty interesting.
I would love to see that.
I need to see if I can find any footage. I have footage of like Noah's cooking show also that has never been published.
Yep. No, I've heard about that. Well, should we start at the top
Alright.
of the questions then and just work our way
Yes.
down?
From Able Globe.
Able Globe.
Able Globe.
Able Globe.
At
Fragile.
Existence members, this was on Discord. Are you guys still accepting of your love?
Depends who's asking.
It is an ambiguous question. He probably means accepting members, new members.
We know that, Sky. We know that. We were just...
I'm speaking to the audience.
But yeah, are we still accepting members?
No, as you can see, Sky has not been allowed on the server.
When does my ban take effect? Just so I know.
Wait, what's the date? The 30th. So
When you attempt to log on the server and it gives you an error,
that can be arranged. But to answer the question, are we still accepting members? Nah.
This is you,
this is
Peach.
where you answer the
Yeah,
question.
okay, so here's what happened with... Okay, so just so everyone is aware, Season 2 has gone through rough times and everything's kind of done backflips and
Sad boy
somersaults
hours.
and sad reacts and all that. And essentially, the whole Season 2 was meant to be completely different in the sense that everyone was still meant to be here and we weren't necessarily going to take in new members very often. But because of how life goes, quite a few
And
people
we
have
didn't-
left now, and
The
we've been
different
kind of...
part kind of didn't work out that well.
Yeah, so in the sense of members, we have done lots of searching and we ended up with Sky and Waddles, which are pretty awesome that we did find those two out of the list that we did have. But we're always keeping a track of people that we find or that express their interest. And
We're always watching.
always watch. We are, like, for example, Wattles actually was on, I think, a previous list, if I remember right, during... I don't know if it was Season 1 or not, I can't remember. But I'm glad that we finally got him now because he's such an awesome guy. I was hoping that he'd be in this podcast, actually, but we have to get him in another one. But to answer the question...
Slacking.
Kind of.
Heard it here
turn
first,
someone
folks.
away,
We're kind of still accepting. It's just that...
We're not like, it's not our main priority. We're not avidly looking for new members,
Yeah.
but if we find someone we think is attractive, like Sky, he was very attractive. We won't hesitate to slide up in those DMs, and if they're a good fit, then hey, you never know.
Yeah, and occasionally I think there is some talk of doing an open application system, but
Kinda like
not at the
form.
moment. If we are openly looking for members, you'll know.
Yep.
But otherwise, if you are interested, I think the procedure at the moment is just send us your channel.
Contact one of us.
Yeah.
Hit us up.
And then we'll usually just note it down. But for sometimes there's people who have applied and we've declined their application in the past or such like that. I mean, you're more than welcome to reapply if your channel's changed and such. But the best thing to do is really just let us know that you do have a channel. And in the Discord, probably the best place is in the off-topic chat.
Yes, and if you do want to join the server, understand that there are some sort of, let's say, requirements.
Yeah.
Like, if you have no videos except a video of you recording your Xbox gameplay with your phone,
That felt very, directed.
Then come aboard.
Then
Right for us.
you can't, because this isn't an Xbox server.
True, this
That's-
is good
that's
old
true.
Java edition.
All right, should we move on to our next question from Akege1000?
This looks like another one for me, isn't it?
He asks, who is mcpeachpies admin account and what has he done with my precious peaches?
So, mcpeachpies admin account was my new Discord account that I had to make. I've just renamed it now to mcpeachpies because essentially what happened to my other Discord account, if you're not following me on Twitter or missed any of that, is I tried to enable or re-enable two-factor authentication, and in the process of doing that, Discord never gave me any backup codes. Like it wouldn't progress after I enabled it. And so I refreshed Discord to see what was going on. And then it asked me to log in again. So I tried to log in.
Mistake.
And I tried to enter my two-factor authentication code that the Google Authenticator had generated. And, sorry, this is an invalid code.
So what if someone gets hold of your old account?
But they can't.
I mean,
It's like permanently
Unless
locked.
they have a two-factor.
what if you were
authentication.
hacked at the moment you pushed the login button?
Oh gosh, I don't even know what happened, but short story is, no matter what I tried to log in with, it won't accept the code, and now I've had to make a new account under my other email, and Discord has, just today actually, migrated the ownership of my server and the Existence fan server over to my new account. So rest in peace, mcpeachpies 4821. You will be missed.
Who is that Pick Meech Cries guy?
I think Noah keeps making fake accounts. Oh god.
All right.
Yes, there you go.
We have a third question here from the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Isogravity. But unfortunately, we can't answer it because he doesn't know how to spell favorite.
Favourite.
That's a
He's got an extra U thrown in there.
Yeah, that's the British way. It's the English
Yeah,
way.
that's how I spell it.
He says, what is your favorite builds on the server? And he asks if there's a past member you'd like to see back. Then he says, what is your favorite moment in Season 2 so far?
Well, we might as well just do the round table here. So, Liam, if you want to answer those first.
All right. You put me on the spot, man. I gotta do some thinking here. Favorite builds on the server.
I assume he means Season 2.
Yeah. I pretty much everything Yogurt builds is like gorgeous.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I
I especially love his sunken boat.
Yeah, I do like the town hall, and I like that little like underground shop area thing, where like it looks like a meteor, blew up our path because you can't use the path, but it's actually very nice.
I like how he ruined the path.
But made it look nice.
He made it better, except it doesn't perform its original function anymore. Junction.
What about past members?
Past members?
There's a lot of past members.
Yeah, there's a lot of past members. I had fun times with pretty much all of them. I couldn't really just pick one, but I'd probably have to go with. I did really have some good times with Duo. I did talk to him quite a bit.
Duo who left and then came back and then left again.
Who built up a rally, and we did an uprising, and we overturned the corrupt government and got him back in. And then he left.
And then he left again. Nice.
But I'll never forget some of the classics like Sparta Cow.
Wow, I hardly ever talk to Sparta Cow. His whole channel's gone now as well.
Diamondback 88.
Yeah, classic. Hi, Diamondback. He's probably, I don't know if he watches the podcast, but me and him have a very love-hate relationship. It's almost like we're related, like we're a family, because it's such a perfect example of a love-hate relationship.
Do you remember the last season of K-Craft? We invited
season
this member
5?
named. Yes. We invited this member named Gamer Cyclops, and he literally made one episode and then never came back.
Amazing.
I'm just like looking through my friend list right now.
I think we should try jump through some more questions because we are at 45 minute mark.
I just took up everything. I want to hear you guys' opinions though.
Favorite build on the server? Like, personally, that I've made would have to definitely be the End Island. Because that took like 2 weeks of continuous work, and I think it turned out looking so awesome. But I definitely do love things like the Town Hall. I love Eli's house. The post office. God, love the post office. Past member I'd like to see back. Well, without a doubt, without like picking favoritism of anyone, I would love to have Cyril back. Cyril RBT. He was just an awesome guy, made awesome videos and really awesome to hang out with, but unfortunately just decided to conclude his channel, which was a bit sad, but he was awesome. And I think my favourite moment in Season 2 so far would probably have to be the Woodland Mansion raid.
Now.
Because the Woodland Mansion raid was just such an, like, amazing...
The ducky rope?
Ducky rope. Well, that was to the End Dragon fight. That was probably one of my favourite specific moments, was the ducky rope. But I think just in general, one of the favourite things that we've done is probably the Woodland Mansion.
So I have a question for you. Why did you build your house like in a secluded area off from the rest of the town with like a mountains barrier between us?
Because I wanted to be by the river.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, Sky. You've been here the longest. You've got the most wisdom and memories. Let's hear.
All right. So, favorite build on the server. Let's start with that guy. I'm going to be a little selfish. I'm going to say I really love the Christmas Village, even though it did not get a lot of love. I don't know. I put in some work on that. And just the kind of landscaping and the clearing out, just the amount of effort that went into just the bare bones path and some of the like ice spikes and just getting the area ready. I think it had such potential, and I'm a little sentimental about it. The build that isn't mine though, I really think the end. I think the custom tendrils are something that's I've only seen like in modded Minecraft. It wasn't something I expected when I came on to the server and I saw that for the first time. This is one of those like moments.
I opened the wrong mod pack accidentally.
And then past existence members. I think I'm gonna pass on the next two questions. Past existence members and favorite experience so far. I just don't have the experience yet.
Yeah, fair enough.
My collabs have been far and few in between, and new memories need to be made, new experiences.
Nice. Oh, we might as well fly through.
Who is this eating yogurt person account?
Marco.
That's Marco. Marco, who's been in the fan server for a long time now. Really quite well known to some of the members. But we'll just fly through some of the next questions. Who invented the podcast? Well, everyone kind of invented the podcast. We all worked on how we were going to do it, or the concept kind of together, but initially it was me who put the idea forward. But yeah, pretty much everyone created.
Do you want to give the date on when Existence started?
When Existence started, well, we had our first opening of Season 1 on about the 20th of March, 2016, I think. But before then, I can't find an exact date, but it must have been about a month or so before that when me and R3 created, quote-unquote.
It'll never be known.
If you go back and watch my 1-year anniversary video, that goes into all the details about the origins of Existence. Why isn't there a former member rank in the Discord? Because it just wasn't really worth it, I guess.
I mean,
former members are also fans, so
yeah,
I mean,
we've had so many people come and go. It's just like not really worth it.
Because then you got to have someone to keep up with that, and it's just like being a former member in the fan server doesn't really give you any priorities.
No, it would just be another color to add to the mix, which we've got enough colors as it is, I think.
I do kind of miss the name tag colors from last season.
The yellow or the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that color.
What for?
How do time zone
in-game?
differences impact collaborations? Also, what are the expectations for people on Existence as far as content frequency goes?
From Hazardous.
You have heard earlier, I did mention that Sky is in my time zone, and I do happen to see him on all the time, which is actually pretty awesome. And as Patrick mentioned, because he's like off in a way further part of the world where none of us are.
The short answer is it's hell.
Patrick's in the future. Everything happens a little bit like before for him.
Like trying to plan the date for the, or if you think for the UHC, that was a nightmare. I mean, ISO did most of the hard work for that. ISO and Kyle. But that was just a nightmare to plan the date for. So the short answer, how does the time zones differences impact collaborations? It's chaotic. It's so difficult to do. But the best way that we've found to do it is basically what we've been doing is making a Google Doc page or spreadsheet with all the different time zone or all the different times within a time zone. We usually use it just UHC time, UTC. And then add like the equivalent times below and dates and stuff, and then kind of line it up from there.
It's a process, I'm telling you.
We're very professional. Trust us.
We have many clocks.
As for what are the expectations for people in Existence as far as content frequency goes, initially it was once every week, and then it kind of became once every 2 weeks, and now it's kind of like, if you can do it once a week, do. If you can do it once every 2 weeks, that'd be great. Otherwise, just do it. Just do it. Because we've tried so hard, well, I know I have anyway, to enforce these upload frequencies, but in the end, it's just gonna make everyone leave, which it kind of has. But at the moment, we're kind of gone full circle and we're back to just do it, just whatever you can. But as long as it's not like 3 months or something, that's getting a little bit ridiculous.
As long as you're not pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's thin ice if you're at 3 months.
Well, we'll just fly through. Oh, we've just got a couple more questions. We've already answered the Water Gem one. From Marksman Man, how do you feel about all these people leaving Existence? It's sad. I mean,
it's the reason I cry myself to sleep at night.
Existence has been going for such a long time now, and I've been here since the start, so I've seen a lot of people leave, and it really does, like, it's sad to see quite a few people go, especially for Season 2. It's been quite sad, because I wasn't really expecting people to leave, but...
Those are the guys that I first started YouTube with. Yeah. They're the ones who messaged me so long ago. Kyle messaged me on YouTube, and he asked me to join K-Craft. And I met all those guys on there, and now they're all gone.
But yeah, short answer is it's sad. Because, I mean, they are our friends at the end of the day. So it's kind of like you're losing that means of contact with them. But, I mean, most of them we still talk to. We're on good terms with everyone.
And Noah.
Just about everyone. But yeah, no, it's sad.
Yeah, it's kind of, I came in at I think an awkward stage of,
it was a real
of Existence.
Rough time.
Yeah, come on, Sky.
Gosh. I 100% think it's my fault because anytime I join a server, it falls apart. Like it's my curse. Like the thing I tell myself is like, oh man, if I found an active server, that'd just be the best thing ever. Join Existence. Wow, this is the best thing ever. Hey, where are you guys going? Guys?
When you hop on the server, you check the tab screen and you just see the names like disappearing.
From iGalaxy, past member, does Noah's doorbell still exist? Now, he put a little /sarcasm thing here, but I think this is actually a decent question. No, I don't think it does. I went in Noah's little cave before, and I don't think his doorbell's still there.
The Noah live here?
The Noah live here sign, yeah, that's the one. I think the notebooks are there, but I don't think. I think somebody stole the observer block.
No, I'm gonna go check iGalaxy. I'm gonna do this.
While you do that, we'll finish things up. We've got the last question
The
here
path is out.
from Duo, another past member. It's a 3-part. In general, how long does it take you to make an Existence episode?
It's a secret.
I mean, I think I'll head this one up. It varies, and it depends on like what your plan for the episode is, or what the scale of the project is. I also think everyone's a little different in the type of content that they produce. Be easier actually to like just describe like my process. So the way I go about like creating episodes for Existence is I kind of plan out what I want to accomplish, and my recording style is just kind of free flow. Like I hit start, and then I try and accomplish one of the goals I've set for myself, and the gibberish and talking just comes from there. And that's half the time kind of dictates a lot of what my episodes look like, is because as long as something has been accomplished, I can kind of call it good there because we've had some good times along the way. Yeah. So probably takes me about a week just because of my work schedule and such.
And like you said, depending on the type of episode too, like for example, our recent collab that me and Sky did for the Christmas tree, if you think that took maybe 1 or 2 hours to record, and then I maybe spent another hour or so editing. So like that all up maybe took 3 to 4 hours. Whereas like for example, my biggest episode I've done recently would have been the custom End Island one. That took, if you think, I was spending literally like every spare moment I had of the day working on that. So that could have taken like 12 hours, like possibly, or up or around that time anyway. Like it just depends really. But essentially most of them take a long time.
I can confirm that the doorbell is no longer functional.
The doorbell's gone.
Everything is there except for the observer.
Nice. Well, we might as well quickly wrap up here. Last 2 things from Duo. Anything going to be done for the 2-year anniversary? I hope so.
We're going to get a year older.
We're going to get a year older. I'd love to have another, like, public UHC or something. We were meant to have one this December, but that never really happened just because of the state Existence was in.
Day anytime soon? Are we going to do another live stream day anytime soon?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully for the 2-year anniversary. That'd be cool.
Man, 2-year live stream?
And is there ever going to be an Existent Plays game series?
Ooh, I like this question.
That actually sounds pretty interesting.
It could be a possibility. I mean, I've always considered doing something like that on the Existence channel, like the YouTube channel. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely a possibility in the future.
Let's put a hard maybe on that one.
Oh, nice. And there is a couple of questions that we skipped out on there, but we can always answer them in the comment sections and such. If anyone has any more questions that they didn't quite get to us, by all means,
please
leave a comment down below.
Don't hesitate to ask.
But this has been probably one of our longest podcasts, I think, thus far, approaching an hour.
Fairly fun, though.
We're all just such people. Riveting people. It's
and Patrick
to talk for an hour.
And Patrick, nice. But yeah, no, I think we should finish things up here. It's been a bit of a rushed finish up, but I thank you all for watching.
This is a point where we need some recorder music, but I didn't bring any of my instruments up here.
No, it's not here, so...
for the next one.
And I would play the Wii music, but I'm not sure if that would be copyrighted.
Oh, yep, the video gets flagged.
Bump, bump, bump.
Stop singing it, you're going to get us copyright. Nintendo's going to run an ad every 4 seconds.
Nintendo just takes down just about any content that's uploaded.
Nintendo hates everyone. With that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us here. I hope everyone had a good holiday. I think I speak for everyone. Well wishing for the new year.
Oh, this will be coming out on New Year's, my time zone, and New Year's Eve, everyone else's. So, Happy New Year.
You're in the future.
Woo.
Woo. Da, 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 da.
Does anyone want to record with me at midnight?
We'll see how it goes. But that's
We'll
going to
talk.
finish things up for the podcast.
Let's
Thank you,
talk,
everyone, for
maybe.
watching. Thank you to our hosts, Liam, Sky, and myself. And we'll see you all in the next podcast. Possibly. Maybe.